Our story begins in the chaos of World War One.
Over 4 long, brutal years, World War I's trench warfare on the Western Front ground on. But to the east, a remarkably different war was fought. A war of movement, of dramatic gains and losses, of huge armies on the march, of terrain which required everything from camels to skis.
Our story takes place in the Ottoman Empire, nowadays Turkey. The Ottoman Empire was first divided if they wanted to join the First World War or not, because it was still bitter about losing the recent Balkan Wars. The politicians that did want to join the war went and fired some shells at Russia. In response, Russia declares war on 2nd November 1914. First, the Ottomans tried to take the Caucasus Mountains from the Russians, which failed since they weren't ready for the cold, and so they froze to death. Then they tried to take the Suez Canal from the British in Egypt, which also failed. Then Allies tried to take the port at Gallipoli, which caused high casualties for both sides. Interestingly, this campaign was under command of Winston Churchill, later to become Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. This was an Ottoman victory at the end.
Suffered great losses, and they were afraid that more of the empire will betray them. The Armenians, who were already kind of outsiders to the rest of the Ottoman Empire, were most likely to betray them. So the Ottoman Empire decided that it would be better to slaughter them all immediately so they couldn't fight back. But this did not work. The Armenians fought back, and they tried to escape. Many were killed, most of them in the east-south corner of the empire. Armenians were transported all over the Ottoman Empire, only to be killed. Many Armenians were forced to walk into the desert without any food, water, or hope to survive, and large groups in the same time. It would drive anyone insane before they die a slow and painful death. The lucky ones were shot immediately, which was still better than dying of dehydration.
The people were separated into 2 groups. One, some families had to go to Damascus because they needed us. And my brother, Garo, put some kind of a trade on every life certificate. And the others went, supposed to go to Deir Zor. I saw with my own eyes a poor neighbor of ours from Bandırma. She couldn't walk anymore, and they took hold of her and threw her into the burning fire. And my father's first cousin, Der Hagopian, lost his mind in front of us. Then we were supposed to be the fortunate ones. Then we went. They put us on train again towards the Syrian desert. My baby sister died on the train there. She was only 4 years old. And my parents just buried her by the railroad tracks there. From there on, we had to walk again. And by this time, of course, the spotted typhus was, everybody got it, you know. And we were in the desert. I don't know how we lost each other. Had been 5 months since we left our homes in Bandırma. Now we were on top of the mountain, and the people from the horizon, as much as the eyes could see, this column of human beings walked behind the same thing, and nobody said anything. They knew they were going to die soon, and they envied the ones that were dead already.